will be more and more choices for people. As that happens, costs will come down. But these charging stations are going to be a very vital component of proving to Americans, hey, you can recharge, and you can recharge pretty quickly. It's increasingly getting faster, and it's going to become more convenient as a result of these charging stations. So this is an example of building infrastructure for the future. You know, build it and they will come. Well, build the charging stations and the cars will be there to be charged. And that's what's going to happen in this transition.
Let me play something that Mitch McConnell had to say yesterday.
Mr. Kerry admitted yesterday that even if the United States somehow brought our carbon emissions to zero, it wouldn't make much difference. This piecemeal Green New Deal is the wrong prescription.
And that was McConnell just this morning, I'm sorry.
Well, it's not. First of all, I didn't say it wouldn't make any difference. I said it won't make the difference that will save us from the problem, because all of the world has to be at the table. The only point I was making, we need to reduce our emissions. We are the second largest emitter in the world. And if you put China and the United States together, that's almost 50% of all the emissions in the world. So yes, we have to do it. The point I was making is this is a global endeavor that all countries need to join in. And when we went to Paris in 2013 and then in 2015 when we negotiated it, we cooperated, and China cooperated with us. We were two leading entities that went to the world and said, we're doing this. And guess what happened? The rest of the world came on board. And we had 196 countries join together in Paris to say we all have to be part of this effort. I'm not sure why these folks are resisting, to be honest with you. It's really interesting to me. It seems to strike me that it's almost part of this notion that if you just say something enough, even if it's not true, somehow it has a reality, like someone won an election when they didn't win an election. And that lie has cost our country dearly. If we are...
But how do we get our credibility back, Mr. Secretary, with China and Russia and the rest of the world? Because they could just say, well, we're going to wait them out. We can't trust America anymore. How do you get China and Russia, given all the other problems we have with them, which you know so well, to re-engage and take us seriously?
Well, that's exactly what President Biden did the day of inauguration, when he immediately signed up to the Paris Agreement. He didn't waste any time. We're back in the Paris Agreement. That's a restoration of credibility. Yesterday was an enormous restoration of credibility. People have seen that the president has ordered the reversal of those executive orders that were very destructive to the implementation of Paris and of good common sense about the environment. That's the restoration of credibility. And now the president has put together this team that's going to work domestically and internationally to help put the United States back where it ought to be, which is living up to an agreement and also leading the world to help to deal with this challenge and meet the crisis. And we're not doing it, Andrea. We're not doing this because, we think it's fun or because we simply want to do it. We're doing it because the best scientists in the world have all unanimously said to us, with increasing amounts of evidence, that we only have so much time left, a small window, within which to make decisions that will avoid the worst consequences of the climate crisis. Now, if Senator McConnell believes that it's better to be spending $265 billion to clean up after 3 storms, which is what we did 2 years ago. We had to clean up after Maria, Harvey, and Irma. $265 billion. Last year, we spent $55 billion on one storm. Everyone knows the intensity of these storms, the damage levels of these storms, the loss of farms and crops, the changes in the growth of our food products. I mean, countless things are happening which, folks around the nation are observing and living, and yet we have people who just want to continue to proceed as if nothing's going on. We can't do that. You can't have an ostrich policy where you put your head in the sand and pretend that nothing going on around you matters. We have to address this. You know, God gave us the ability to be rational and logical, and as President Kennedy said, here on earth, God's work is our own. We have to do this, and we have to undertake to listen to the scientists, respond, and the exciting thing is that in that response are the greatest economic opportunities we've ever seen. The United States of America is a technology leader. We need to be the ones creating the technologies that will do this, not in a way that is painful or somehow in any way negatively affects our standard of living or our quality of life. We have to do this in a way that people realize all of a sudden, wow, I'm going to be healthier. The air will be cleaner. I'm going to have a beautiful electric car that doesn't make noise, that doesn't spew out pollution. And it works just as well, if not more comfortably, than any other car. I can have a better quality of life because my nation will be more secure because we're producing all of our own energy. And we don't have to have, the burning of a fuel which clearly contributes to a scientifically arrived at conclusion about the warming of the planet and the dangers to this planet. This is so logical. I don't understand the opposition. I don't think there's any gain in it politically because massively the polling shows that Americans understand this is a crisis and we need to address it.